If you're grilling any of these 5 hot dog brands at your next barbecue, you need to hear this first. Today I'm exposing the hot dog brands loaded with mechanically separated meat, concerning preservatives and mystery ingredients. But I'm also showing you 3 brands that are actually safe to eat. Let's dive in. Starting at number 5, Ballpark Franks. This iconic American brand is actually one of the worst choices you can make. The meat source is questionable. Ballpark's ingredient list starts with mechanically separated chicken. This isn't chicken breast or thighs. It's a paste made by scraping meat remnants off bones using high pressure. The FDA allows this in hot dogs, but it's a far cry from quality meat. They also add pork, beef, and turkey in various combinations, creating a multi-species mystery blend. The filler content is excessive. Ballpark hot dogs contain corn syrup, modified food starch, and dextrose. These are cheap carbohydrate fillers that dilute the meat content and add sugar where it doesn't belong. Corn syrup in a hot dog is a red flag. It's there to add sweetness and bulk at minimal cost. The sodium level is extreme. One Ballpark Frank contains about 530 to 560 milligrams of sodium. That's nearly 25% of your daily limit in one hot dog. And who eats just one hot dog? If you have 2 at a barbecue, you're at half your daily sodium from hot dogs alone before counting the bun, condiments, or sides. The preservatives are standard industrial. Ballpark uses sodium nitrite for preservation and color. While this is FDA approved and common, it's still a chemical preservative that forms potentially carcinogenic compounds when heated to high temperatures, like grilling. The ingredient list is concerning. Beyond the meat and fillers, you'll find sodium phosphates, sodium diacetate, sodium erythorbate, and various flavorings. The sodium compound count alone is alarming. These are all legal additives, but they're processing agents that serve the manufacturer, not your health. The nutrition is poor. Ballpark Franks provide about 180 calories per hot dog with only 6 grams of protein. That's a terrible protein to calorie ratio. You're getting more calories from fat and fillers than from actual protein. At around $3 to $4 for an 8-pack, Ballpark seems economical. But you're paying for mechanically separated meat, corn syrup, and a cocktail of sodium-based additives. The value isn't there when you consider what you're actually eating. Number 4, Oscar Mayer Classic Whiners. Perhaps the most famous hot dog brand in America, but fame doesn't equal quality. The mechanically separated turkey is the first ingredient. Oscar Mayer leads with mechanically separated turkey, that bone paste we discussed. While turkey sounds healthier than beef or pork, mechanically separated, turkey is lower quality than actual turkey meat. It's a cost-cutting measure disguised as a lighter option. The meat blend is unclear. After mechanically separated turkey, they add pork and beef, but don't specify what cuts or what percentages. You're getting a mystery blend of multiple animals processed together. This opacity is intentional. If the sourcing was impressive, they'd advertise it. The filler situation is similar to Ballpark. Corn syrup is the third ingredient, followed by modified food starch. You're eating sugar and starch in your hot dog. This dilutes the protein content and adds empty carbohydrates. The sodium content is high. Oscar Mayer Classics contain about 450 to 480 milligrams of sodium per wiener. While slightly less than Ballpark, it's still approaching 25% of your daily limit for one hot dog. The preservative load includes sodium nitrite for color and preservation, plus sodium phosphates, sodium diacetate, and ascorbic acid. The chemical preservation system is comprehensive, ensuring these hot dogs can sit on shelves or in distribution for extended periods. The flavor is artificial. Oscar Mayer uses natural flavors, which is a catch-all term that can mean almost anything. The specific smoky taste of Oscar Mayer wieners likely comes from liquid smoke and flavor compounds, not actual smoking. The protein content is minimal, at only 5 grams of protein per hot dog with 150 calories. You're not getting much nutritional value. The calorie-to-protein ratio is poor compared to actual meat. At $3 to $5 for a pack, Oscar Mayer is priced as a mid-tier brand but delivers bottom-tier ingredients. You're paying for the brand name and nostalgia, not quality meat. Number 3. Ballpark Franks. If you've seen hot dogs for $1 to $2 per pound, it's probably Ballpark. This is bottom barrel hot dog production. The meat quality is the absolute lowest. Ballpark uses mechanically separated chicken and pork as primary ingredients. At this price point, you're getting the cheapest possible meat sources, the paste scraped from bones that didn't make it into any other product. The filler ratio is extremely high. Corn syrup is a major ingredient, along with modified food starch, dextrose, and other cheap bulking agents. The actual meat content is probably well under 50% of the product. You're eating a tube of fillers with some meat flavor. The sodium is off the charts. Ballpark Franks contain 560 to 600 milligrams of sodium per hot dog. That's over 25% of your daily limit. At this price point, sodium is a cheap way to add flavor when the base ingredients don't have much. The processing is maximum industrial. Every possible preservative, emulsifier, and stabilizer is used. Sodium phosphates, sodium erythorbate, sodium nitrite, and various other compounds keep this product shelf-stable for months. The texture is telling. Ballpark hot dogs have a distinctly mushy, paste-like texture because they're primarily mechanically separated meat and fillers. When you bite into one, it doesn't have the snap or texture of actual meat. It's more like eating a meat-flavored gel. The nutrition is dismal, about 170 calories per hot dog with only 5 to 6 grams of protein. The majority of calories come from fat and carbohydrates, not protein. This is not a protein source, it's a cheap calorie source. The cost seems attractive. At $1 to $2 per pound, Ballpark is by far the cheapest option, but you're getting what you pay for. Mechanically separated meat, massive amounts of fillers, extreme sodium, and minimal nutrition. This is a false economy. You're buying cheap calories, not food. The long-term health implications matter. Regularly consuming this level of processed meat with high sodium, nitrites, and fillers is associated with increased risks of heart disease, high blood pressure, and certain cancers. The money you save isn't worth the health costs. Coming in at number 2, Bryan Beef Franks. This regional brand is popular in parts of the country, but it's problematic across the board. The beef designation is misleading. While Bryan markets these as Beef Franks, the ingredient list reveals beef, water, and then immediately corn syrup and modified food starch. The actual beef content is diluted significantly with fillers. Real beef hot dogs shouldn't need corn syrup. The sodium content is excessive. Bryan Franks contain about 520 milligrams of sodium per hot dog. Combined with their relatively small size, you're getting a high sodium concentration. 2 hot dogs puts you at nearly half your daily sodium limit. The preservative system is conventional industrial. Sodium nitrite, sodium phosphates, and various other sodium compounds are used throughout. You're consuming multiple forms of chemical preservation with every bite. The seasoning is heavily processed. Rather than simple spices, Bryan uses flavorings and extracts to create their taste profile. This suggests they're using flavor compounds rather than real spices, which is cheaper but less nutritious. The texture and color are suspiciously uniform. Real beef has variation, but Bryan Franks are perfectly uniform in color and texture. This uniformity comes from extensive processing, emulsification, and the addition of binders and stabilizers. The fat content is high without quality. Bryan Franks are about 70 to 80% calories from fat, but it's not quality fat. You're getting rendered beef fat mixed with the cheaper cuts and processed with various additives. This isn't the same as eating a quality steak. The size is deceptive. Bryan Franks are often smaller than standard hot dogs, which might seem like a portion control benefit, but really means you're getting less product for your money. The price per ounce is actually higher than it appears. At $4 to $5 per pound, Bryan is priced in the middle tier but delivers low-tier quality. You're not getting value. You're getting a regional brand that hasn't improved their formula in decades. And the number one is Nathan's Famous Beef Franks. This might be controversial because Nathan's has a strong reputation, but their conventional Franks are problematic. The beef sourcing is opaque. While Nathan's emphasizes beef in their branding, they don't disclose what cuts or what quality. The ingredient list shows beef, water, and then immediately fillers. You're not getting premium beef, you're getting commodity beef with heavy processing. The sodium content is among the highest. Nathan's Famous Franks contains 630 to 670 milligrams of sodium per hot dog. That's nearly 30% of your daily sodium limit in a single hot dog. This extreme sodium level is used to enhance flavor and preserve meat that isn't high quality enough to taste good on its own. The filler content includes corn syrup and modified food starch. Even though Nathan's positions itself as a premium brand with Coney Island heritage, they're using the same cheap fillers as bottom-tier brands. Corn syrup has no place in a quality beef hot dog. The preservatives are standard industrial: sodium nitrite, sodium diacetate, sodium erythorbate, and paprika extract all serve preservation and color purposes. You're getting a heavily preserved product designed for long shelf life, not freshness. The seasoning blend includes natural flavors and various extracts. Nathan's distinctive taste comes partly from processing and flavor compounds, not just from quality meat and spices. The recipe is engineered for a specific flavor profile using modern food science. The price-to-quality ratio is terrible. Nathan's charges premium prices, $5 to $7 per pound, based on their brand reputation and Coney Island history. But the ingredient quality doesn't match the price. You're paying for marketing and nostalgia, not better meat. The nutrition doesn't justify the calories. At about 170 to 180 calories per frank with only 6 grams of protein, the macronutrient profile is poor. Most calories come from fat and fillers, not quality protein. The brand reputation creates false confidence. People assume Nathan's must be better because they're famous and more expensive. But expensive doesn't mean healthy or high quality. It often just means better marketing. Now let me show you 3 hot dog brands that are actually worth buying and won't fill you with regret and preservatives. Starting at number 3, Hebrew National Beef Franks. While not perfect, these are significantly better than conventional options and widely available. The beef is all beef, clearly sourced. Hebrew National uses 100% kosher beef with no fillers, byproducts, or mechanically separated meat. The kosher certification requires specific quality standards and inspections beyond standard USDA requirements. You're getting actual beef, not paste or mystery blend. No artificial flavors or colors. Hebrew National keeps their ingredient list relatively clean compared to conventional brands. They use beef, water, salt, spices, and preservatives, but avoid corn syrup, modified food starch, and artificial flavoring compounds. The sodium is still high. At about 520 milligrams per frank, Hebrew National isn't low sodium by any means. But this is inherent to hot dogs generally, and at least you're getting actual beef for that sodium rather than fillers. They still use sodium nitrite. This is the main downside. Hebrew National uses conventional preservation methods including sodium nitrite. However, they use less than many brands because the meat quality is higher and doesn't require as much chemical preservation. The taste is noticeably better. Because these are made from actual beef without fillers, they taste like beef. There's a meatier, more substantial flavor compared to the sweet, processed taste of conventional hot dogs with corn syrup. The texture has integrity. Hebrew National Franks have a proper snap and texture that comes from real meat, not emulsified paste. When you bite into one, it feels like eating meat, not a meat-flavored gel. The cost is moderate, at $5 to $7 per pound. Hebrew National costs more than Ballpark or Oscar Mayer, but less than premium organic brands. For many people, this is the sweet spot, better ingredients at an accessible price point. The availability is excellent. You can find Hebrew National in virtually any grocery store in America. You don't need to go to Whole Foods or a specialty market. Accessibility matters when you're trying to make better choices. Number 2. Applegate Naturals or organic hot dogs. This is where you start getting into actual quality hot dogs. The meat is truly natural or organic. Applegate's natural line uses beef from cattle raised without antibiotics or growth hormones. Their organic line goes further, certified organic beef from cattle-fed organic feed without synthetic pesticides. You're getting meat from animals raised more humanely and sustainably. No nitrates or nitrites added except from celery powder. Applegate doesn't use synthetic sodium nitrite. Instead, they use celery powder, which naturally contains nitrates that serve the same preservation function. While this still creates nitrites during processing, many people prefer this plant-based source over synthetic chemicals. No fillers or artificial ingredients. The ingredient list is remarkably clean. Beef, water, sea salt, celery powder, spices, no corn syrup, no modified food starch, no artificial anything. You're eating meat, not a chemistry experiment. The beef cuts are specified. Applegate is transparent about using beef cuts, not trimmings or mechanically separated meat. The quality of the base meat is dramatically higher than conventional brands. The sodium is lower than conventional. While still around 400 to 450 milligrams per hot dog, Applegate uses less sodium than most brands because the meat quality is good enough to taste good without extreme salt levels. The farming practices are better. Organic or natural raising means no routine antibiotics, no growth hormones, and better living conditions for the animals. If you care about animal welfare and environmental impact, this matters. The nutrition is improved. With about 110 to 120 calories and 7 grams of protein per hot dog, Applegate offers a better protein-to-calorie ratio. You're getting more nutrition from actual meat, less from fillers and fat. The taste is clean and beefy, without corn syrup and with higher quality meat. Applegate hot dogs taste like beef, not like processed meat product. The flavor is simpler, but more authentic. The cost is higher. At $8 to $10 per pound, Applegate is roughly double the price of conventional brands. But you're paying for organic or natural beef, cleaner ingredients, and better farming practices. The value is there if you can afford it. And the number 1 hot dog you should buy: organic Prairie. Organic, uncured, beef hot dogs. This is the gold standard. The organic certification is comprehensive. Organic Prairie uses 100% organic grass-fed beef from family farms. The cattle are raised on organic pastures without synthetic pesticides, hormones, antibiotics, or GMO feed. This is the highest quality beef source you can get in a hot dog. Grass-fed makes a nutritional difference. Grass-fed beef has a better omega-3 to omega-6 ratio, more CLA, conjugated linoleic acid, and higher levels of vitamins A and E compared to grain-fed beef. You're getting superior nutrition from the base meat. The ingredient list is minimal: organic beef, water, sea salt, organic spices, celery powder. That's essentially it. 5 ingredients, all recognizable and pronounceable. This is real food. No synthetic nitrites. Like Applegate, Organic Prairie uses celery powder for preservation rather than sodium nitrite. The nitrate source is plant-based, not synthetic. The sodium is reasonable for hot dogs. at about 420 milligrams per frank. It's lower than most brands while still being enough for flavor and preservation. The quality of the meat means less salt is needed. The farming practices are exemplary. Organic Prairie works with family farms using regenerative agriculture practices. The cattle graze on pasture, contributing to soil health rather than depleting it. If sustainability matters to you, this is the brand. The taste is distinctly better. Grass-fed organic beef has a richer, more complex flavor than conventional beef. These hot dogs taste like actual beef, with depth and character that processed brands can't match. The texture is firm and satisfying. Real meat from grass-fed cattle has better texture and structure. These hot dogs have a proper snap and meatiness that comes from quality ingredients, not processing tricks. The nutrition is optimal for hot dogs. About 120 calories with 7 grams of protein and healthy fats from grass-fed beef. The nutrient density is as good as you'll get in a hot dog. The cost is premium. At $9 to $12 per pound, Organic Prairie is expensive, but you're paying for organic grass-fed beef, family farm support, regenerative agriculture, and the cleanest possible ingredients. This is the real cost of quality, sustainable meat production. The availability is limited. You'll find these at natural food stores, some Whole Foods, and online. They're not in every grocery store, but if you have access, they're worth seeking out. So there you have it. 5 hot dog brands to avoid, and 3 you should actually buy. Here's my challenge. Next time you're having hot dogs, try one of the better brands. Compare the taste, texture, and how you feel afterward. I guarantee you'll notice the difference between real beef and processed mystery meat. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button and subscribe for more content about the food you're eating. Drop a comment telling me what hot dog brand you currently buy. Are you still eating mechanically separated meat tubes, or have you upgraded to real beef? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Now go fire up that grill with some actual quality hot dogs.